Okay, Sam.
All right. So, well, let's do it.
Hey, Lucas.
Welcome.
What is this?
Let's do
Good choice. Good. Here we go, ready or not?
Yeah. Yes.
That one is yours. Excuse me?
The agenda.
Are we gonna put it in the packet?
No.
Está primera, ¿no?
No.
Board meeting thoughts.
No, the agenda is items.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you.
All right, so it's 6 o'clock. Let's do a call to order. Roll call
Roll call. Stuart,
Here,
Sam,
here.
Miguel,
Present.
Aaron. Can't tell if he's on or not. Okay, and Miguel.
Yeah.
I said Miguel already?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jasmine.
Here.
Everybody's
Okay.
here.
All right. Well, thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Amanda, for coming in. This is it. Thank you. It's a really cold night, and we're gonna go home ASAP because we want to get home and nice and warm.
Cut some firewood.
Yeah. At that time of the year. So as we all know, we gotta do the pledge of allegiance. I'm sorry. Sorry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And with that being said, I'd like to also thank all of our veterans. Ever since we became in office, I've been telling everybody about the services that our people does to protect us. And that includes, the fire department, the volunteers, the police, the sheriff, everybody within the ability to protect us. And that way we can actually every night go to sleep in peace and, not to worry about anything. I want to take a moment to say thank you to all the veterans. Mr. Todd, I know you are one of them, and thank you for your service. Thank you for the freedom that we have. Thank you. The other thing is, as we all know, we haven't been getting a lot of rain lately. So we're not into a big problem right now as far as drought, but the water levels are going down. So hopefully we'll get rain, we get snow, so that we can actually not start using our reserve on water, because the springs are, as you can see, they're low. There's almost no water coming in. So I want to ask everybody and the people that is watching on Zoom to please do your part and start conserving water. Start using a little bit less if we can. That will be greatly appreciated from all of us. We all are on this together, and I really appreciate if we all can work together on minimizing the usage of water. Right now we have, a big problem, and there's also been some down the line, Kingston, Newburgh, Wapping, there's areas like that there's been, because of the drought and everything is so dry, and then the days have been so hot, there have been some fires, unusual fires, because usually things like that don't happen. We get houses that get on fire, but not trees, not grass. It happens, but it's not usual. So within the past couple of months, it has increased. So please all make sure that we work on this together and start minimizing the use of water
Where's the sound?
So where is the focus in this area for people to, get opportunities to meet each other and to work? It's on the main street. That's where it's kind of shifted. So it's a recent thing, and we talked about how Fleischmann's Artville is really ready for this. We've spent 10 years recovering from the flood. We've built everything back up, and we've come out of COVID okay. So there's a lot of new things going on, but one of the things that was mentioned over and over again was public housing, affordable housing. And this was something that the people in Albany were interested in talking about. They wanted to know what was available, how would we do it, who were the people that would get benefit from it, to help the population of people who work. Call it the workforce. So somebody a place to live. So that was the thing that the government was saying. More people agree with that. So it's very interesting, very positive. We got to talk about Bowfield. I insisted they go by the park. They weren't going to go by the park. They did in the end. And they had some guy stand up, Colin Miller. I don't know if anyone knows him. He's kind of a big guy in the Mountain Athletic Baseball League. He came in his old-fashioned outfit, talked about the park. And that's it. It was, if we get it, Sam, wow.
Yeah.
$10 million.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
And then the important thing is, I think, really, and Sam has said this to me, address, and sewer plant with Yasmin when I first got elected. And that sewer plant is okay. It's relatively new. Guess what? It's already sinking into the ground. Certain corners, back to the brick. There is always the aspiration to do things that are very, ambitious. I think Sam has a really good way of looking at the important things that will help everybody. And infrastructure.
I want to be the betterment of the village. No one. Monies are individual businesses, not for individual properties. It's going to be for the village. We are going to be working and always working to, like I said, and I repeat, for the
you know, hi, I'll be back in a few minutes.
You have a class.
I do. Hold on. I have to go, I'm going down the street to the library.
What?
Just wait for me, okay?
Closed. You think
Hi,
it's
hold
vacant?
on, hold on.
Ready to Vicky or something?
No.
You have a class now.
No,
It's
yes, I
6:20.
know. Hold on. Just hold on. Hold on. Just hold on. No. Just give me a few minutes. I'll be back. I'll explain to you later. Hold on. Hold on.
Good money.
I'm coming back.
You have a class.
I-
Unless you got the-
I take care of it. All right, hold on. Hold on. Stop. I'll be back. Hold on. Hold on.
Run, run.
Okay, you are not.
Did it have gutters on
Right.
it before?
No, I'm
No,
gonna give it
they
a
haven't.
minute. It
No,
should
no.
come
Yeah,
on.
this is.
Thank you.
I've been working on,
Yeah.
this with them about 4 years
So
now.
the story is the
Uh,
reason, because he's the one that came and told him, you know, this water is dripping, is going into the foundation,
Right,
so you guys.
That's
need to
why
do
it has
something
the
about
cracks.
Mhm.
right.
So finally, it took a little bit for DEP to approve that.
Well,
So we got-
this is, when it rains hard,
Mhm.
they can't get in or out of the building without getting drenched.
Right,
Like, there's
Right.
no, the gutters come down so hard, right, there's no escape route, so
Ah.
they need a way where the water is diverted a little bit, so they, yeah, it's coming down so
So
hard
different.
from the roof, 2 stories. And, so it's so.
And we got some,
uh,
some code enforcement officer reports, so to let us know what's going on in the village.
Beautiful report,
So yeah, he has a new printer, by the way.
Carl. Wow.
Yeah, he has a new printer, so that's the other thing. Yeah, no, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
So let me move on because I want everybody to get home, and again, it's cold out there. And I'm sorry, Madeline, that you have to come and, walking. You were nice and cozy in your house. I'm sorry.
I just got back into town.
Okay, so basically, everything comes down to let you guys know what we have been doing. We started scraping the stucco on the office, the new village office building. We replaced that with the proper cement. We painted that building. That's what happens on those, that's what happened on those nice warm days. We also, like I said, working on the new lighting for the Department of Public Works. We're gonna be replacing the inside lights, which are the 96 watt, 1.5 inch diameter tubes. And again, we have, I believe like 32 or 38 lamps in there, and that's a lot of electricity. So all of this is gonna be upgraded. I like to also, on the other hand, we were informed about 2 weeks ago from the state that the state provides some kind of money to all the municipalities. And the last time they did was back in 2009, 15 years ago. Because of the way of inflation and the way that the economy is going, not only inflation, but there's a lot of places suffering from financial aid. The state of New York and NICOM, which is another legal entity that many of us villages go to when we have questions about legal stuff that it's in reference to the municipalities only. This is a big organization. We are members of that organization. So they are a big promoter of looking into the needs of small villages. Then they write these letters to the state in order for all the villages, all the municipalities, the towns, to somehow get help in whatever way it is. This time, the state approved a $50 million for the different municipalities within the state of New York to get some kind of aid, some assistance. So it could be $50,000, it could be $10,000 for placements, it could be $100,000 for placements. So we need to do a resolution today to let the state, to let the governor know that the village of Placements needs some of this money. And hopefully, again, we can get, $10,000 will be helpful for the village. 20,000, whatever we can get, depends how many municipalities do this resolution, send it out. that's how it's gonna work. Who comes in first, those are the ones that they are gonna take in consideration before. So we got this last week. And we need to make a resolution to approve this. It's gonna be resolution number 10 in support of continue and increase state aid for local governments. And again, the last time that this happened, something like this was back in 2009. It's 15 years ago. And right now that amount is $50 million that it's gonna be spread out in different municipalities. So I'd like to call for a resolution. And again, this will be a very impacted if the village of Fishers gets at least $20,000. I'm not being greedy because it's a lot of people that it's going to be participating. But $20,000 will be very helpful to the village of Fishers. Okay.
So I was looking for a pen. I just need to mark the names. Okay.
Okay.
Am I reading it?
Yes,
Oh, wonderful.
please.
Okay.
me to read it?
No, I'll read it. Whereas until 2024, cities, villages, and towns had not received an increase in unrestricted state aid, which is AIM funding, in 15 years, significantly impacting their ability to provide essential services to their residents. And whereas after a prolonged period without financial support, local governments finally received an increase of 50 million in unrestricted state aid. And whereas local officials expressed their gratitude for the 50 million increase in unrestricted state aid, recognizing it as a positive step towards addressing longstanding funding challenges. And whereas the state has referred to this new aid as temporary municipal assistance, suggesting that such increase may not continue, jeopardizing the sustainability of crucial municipal programs and services. And whereas the property tax cap further limits the ability of local governments to properly fund the programs and services their residents need. And whereas increased and ongoing state aid for local governments is vital for maintaining infrastructure, public safety, housing, and other municipal services. And whereas the challenges of inflation, the increasing cost of labor and supplies, and the end of extraordinary federal aid only accentuate the need for consistent and predictable funding to effectively plan for the future and meet the growing needs of their residents. Now therefore be it resolved that the Village of Fleischmann calls upon the governor and the state legislature to commit to continuing the additional $50 million in unrestricted state aid in the 2025-26 state budget and beyond. And be it further resolved that the Village of Fleischmann urges state officials to recognize the need for a long-term plan that ensures consistent and predictable increases in financial support for local governments that keep pace with inflation. Whereupon the resolution was put to a vote and recorded as follows. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, resolution passes.
All right. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Jasmine.
And I don't know if I'm supposed to, but a copy of this resolution shall be sent to Governor Kathy
Yes.
Hochul,
Yes.
Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart Cousins, Assembly Speaker Carl Heastie, Senator Peter Overrocker, and the New York State Conference of Mayors.
Yes, thank you. Okay, moving on to finalizing our business. We also want to, going back to Monster Jam, Mountain Jam, Bel Air next year, June 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Everybody is going to be ready. We're going to have a lot of people coming through town. We also have, we've been talking about this with Bel Air for probably about, the Village of Placements has been talking with them probably about 9 months, when all this was being put together, thinking about it before anything happened. And as you can imagine, we were thinking about parking. where are we gonna, how we can assist this big concert that's gonna happen, it's gonna bring about. So one of the things that we said, look, the village of placements can, we're gonna have the restaurants that we have, we're gonna have the bar, we're gonna have Dolitos, we're gonna have La Cabaña Mexican restaurant, we have Gori White's back on business. So we're gonna have all these businesses, and we need to be able to somehow bring people and help with parking. Because we don't have parking, we do not own the Bailey plan in the corner of Depot Street and Wagner Avenue. And there's some very strict rules from FEMA and to the county cannot lease it, rent it, or let it use it. Just simply they can't. For whatever the deed restrictions are, they cannot let us use that. So then we opted out like, well, okay, so what about using our ballpark, placement ballpark? It's gonna be, this will be up to the promoters because they, obviously, they've done this many times, so they know how to do all the things that are needed to accommodate. The needs are gonna be needed for campers. So we're looking into utilizing the placement ballpark to, as a rental, as a parking lot for campers. Bring in the campers, and again, the promoters will go ahead and provide the party,
Porta potty.
the porta potties. We have a concession stand that we can rent, and again, get some income for the village. We have the bathrooms in the back, and then these people are gonna come out and walk. And again, they're gonna come to La Cabaña, they're gonna come to Spring House, Fleischmann Supermarket, Doolittle's, Sam's Country Store, and they're gonna stay here. So far, and I'm sure you guys know this already, and you guys do. When they announced this, I think it was a Thursday, by Saturday, the people that opened up for rentals, they were sold out. 2 days. So this is gonna be big. And it's gonna be, again, bring big things to Fleischmann, something that it's gonna be a success. I know it's gonna be a success, and it's gonna keep happening. But we need to, everybody, Margaretville as well, Hartville, and Fleischmann's are looking into where we can, how we can help to assist in parking. The idea on this is, again, everything is thinking about benefiting the village of Fleischmann's and benefiting the area. We will make sure that we can provide parking for, however big these campers are, 20, 30, 40, 50, depends how big they are. And get a rental fee from each one of them. That money will go directly to the village, and they're gonna have security 24 day. So the people they're gonna be walking in town. So this is gonna be a spread out for everybody. Get your own, we can participate by placement ballpark for the use of rental for campers in June 21st, 22nd, 23rd. We agree?
Do you mean higher park?
Yes,
Are they gonna protect the baseball field?
of course, yeah.
It sounds good if we have security on that.
Well, they're gonna have security, yeah.
It's a nice
24.
spot.
24,
It was a bus park.
Around
there
the
for
clock.
6 months.
around the clock. So, yes, and again, it's gonna bring economy to the village for 3 days for the concert and for the people that is gonna set up the stage. The promoters are talking about 2 weeks before it starts and a week and a half, 2 weeks after it ends. So you're gonna have this, 6 week of activity.
What Wednesday again?
June 21st, which is a Friday, June 22nd, Saturday, and June 23rd, Sunday.
I'm trying to
So-
think. So they have soccer games there sometimes.
No, but we will, again, we're gonna, if we decide to let them use it,
Yeah.
we're gonna make sure that there's no games on those days. So, again, you're talking about bringing economy to the village versus, letting a regular recreation use, so. And this is, who knows, maybe in the future, maybe already, the village was able to buy or get that property from FEMA / the county. Now we own it and then we can do whatever we want.
That's too bad they won't let us use it.
Yeah, but again, sometimes it doesn't make sense, and as we all know, sometimes government doesn't make sense. This is a small area, a small village, you're not gonna damage anything, why not let us use it? But it's just their deep restriction, that's what I got from when I spoke to the county attorney. And we don't wanna do anything against this because then it will be penalties. It will get nasty, so we don't wanna do anything that we're not supposed to do with that. They say no, okay, we'll respect it. So we'll find a plan B. So you think that's a good idea? Okay, so are we okay? Do we agree?
Yeah.
So the
Okay.
total time the campers will be there will be
It'll
3
be,
weeks.
no. This is gonna be the people that's gonna come to the concert.
Oh, so it's just a few days.
Yes.
It's just the
Oh,
3 days
okay.
that you work.
So they might get there,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So then we'll even throw in a Thursday if you want.
yeah. But again, and then we at that time, we can rent the concession stand for whoever wants to. Potato chips, water, soda, burgers, hot dogs, and make some extra money because these people are gonna be hungry. We know when we drink, we get hungry.
Will there be rules on what they can and can't do, like no burning?
Oh, yes, and that's why, again, the promoters of this event, they're gonna have security. And the security is gonna be in charge of making sure that nobody breaks in, nobody does anything that they're not supposed to do. So yes. There will be rules, yes.
So, if I may comment, the promoters are taking full responsibility for this.
Yes, sir. And they're gonna provide their insurance. Yes, everything is gonna be, again, they've done this many times in Hunter, Wyndham, whatever,
I've seen what happens in Hunter, that's why I'm.
Bethel
asking.
Woods, but they will be in charge. Anything happens, I think that was a country song,
Happens,
whatever,
Sam
yes.
and it happens in Country Fest.
yeah, Taste of Country, right? But yeah, no, they will have their insurance, anything happens,
They'll pay for it.
absolutely. So we wanna make sure that we protect the village. We don't let anybody take advantage of the village. That's the whole idea. We also are looking into, we have some trees on the streams that I'm sure probably you guys seen them, and they've been there for a while. It's coming to the point, and right now we have no water. So when I spoke to both DEC, DEP, and I was trying to find out who do I talk to, how do we do this to get them out? So that whenever we get heavy rains, there's nothing obstructing the way of the water. And, both of them, they said, Mayor, we don't see any problem with them. You know, if it was us, we just leave them there. But if you want to take them out for safety, you know, just be careful, make sure that there's no oil, there's no gas, there's nothing going into the streams. So when you pull them out, make sure there's no oils in there. So, you know, that's what I got from both offices. We don't need any permits because, you know, as far as them, and if they said, if we could, we will help you, but we don't have the personal. Which we know it's a problem. So that's gonna be the plan within the next, you know, few weeks. Corky, Sean, Miguel, myself, and Stuart, if you want to chip in to help out, guide the traffic or do something, just don't get run over. We're gonna be cleaning up, taking off those trees out of the streams. So hopefully by next time we have the meeting, we'll say, you know, we cleaned up 2 or 3 or 1, or maybe we didn't do anything. We'll find out. That's a plan.
Is it, we also have a couple trees that have to be cut down.
Yes. In the back of the office, right?
I discovered a dead tree behind
And
the
then we have,
village office. It's an ash tree. It's huge, it's leaning, not only towards the village office, but towards the building next door. And there's one behind the library, I mean, the museum.
yeah, we have that one that it's almost falling down. We have some by the pool house. We have probably 1 or 2.
I mean, there's 4 or 5 behind the village office, but only one of them
Mhm.
is a troublemaker.
So we're gonna see, we're gonna try to get some quotes and see how. Because these trees, you know, they're very, especially the one here but behind the museum, that's very tricky. That might fall down and ruin the museum. So we have to make sure that whoever we hire to do this job, it's a pro. We cannot play with that, not talent. For the next year, we're gonna be looking into, we finalize pretty much all the guy rails in Lake Street. We have another section that we need to do. We're gonna be doing guy rails for Armstrong Park and Schneider Avenue. So the same company that did the work for the ones we just finished, they're gonna be coming back, going around and giving us a quote on replacing these, again, unforgotten guy rails, which also, I mean, all of them are falling down. Too many years of being like that, so we want to make sure that we keep working on the infrastructure for the village and protecting the few people that we can protect with the guy rails. So that's gonna be happening next year. The quote is gonna be happening within the next month. The work, if we decide to go for it, if we have enough money, depends on the quote, it will happen next spring. So, let's see, what am I missing?
Resolution to use the ballpark.
Yeah, Diane didn't print it, but we're gonna do that. So. And with that being said, you guys don't have anything else, and we're gonna do.
Board of Doctors? Review the doctors.
Oh, yes, yes. But first of all, we're gonna do the public comments. So, yeah. Okay, so now we're doing public comments. Amanda?
For the grant, for the $10 million, that's split between Arco, Markville, and Fleischman.
Correct.
Is it just split evenly, or who needs what?
Yeah, pretty much. Margaretville is a little bit bigger than us, you know, Arkville, that area. So I'm thinking, and again, please don't quote me on this. I'm just giving you an idea. We probably are gonna get like maybe 3 million. And they're gonna get 3.5. And I tell you why. one of the reasons that we are reimbursed by the DEP as far as wastewater treatment plant. Margaretville doesn't. They have their own wastewater treatment plant. So they have to be working more and collecting more money and putting that in the village of placements. We're backed by DEP and therefore we have more regulations. But it's still, we have the infrastructure that we have compared to the infrastructure that the village of Margaretville has, and then what Arkville needs. So that's what we're thinking. But everything could change. So, but again, my major thing is make sure that we have enough money to take care of our village, our infrastructure. Madeline.
Last meeting I asked about a situation where in the winter time, where early in the mornings, there's been times where snow, I shouldn't say snow is being shoveled, it seems like there's not much on the ground. And then you would be having a meeting. It just, my concern wasn't even just the noise. I know they have to start early when there's a snowstorm, I get that. They do a really good job, I understand that, but there's times where there's literally nothing, and they're spending hours and hours just taking little files and just, I'm saying, what's going on? So, it's not that I don't want people to get paid or anything, but sort of looking at like, what are they actually scooping up? And this is taking place 5:30, 6:30 in the morning. So anyway, I need to do the meeting with them.
We did,
Yeah.
and we addressed that issue, Madeline. That's not gonna be happening this year. And also, on the same note, the village is gonna be purchasing a small snow blower for the Department of Public Works to be working on the sidewalks, on these sidewalks. On this side, the sidewalks are not that wide.
Talking about the north side or the south side? Where you are.
Yeah, where I am at.
Yeah.
So that way, because the sidewalk is smaller, narrower, we're gonna, the tractor doesn't fit. We're gonna buy a snow blower so that the sidewalks are clean. And on the other side, they're gonna remain using the tractor. The whole idea is the same. We wanna make sure that when the guests, skiers, weekenders, they come and there's a snowy day and they don't feel like taking out their car, cleaning it up, they just feel like walking. We make it accessible for these guests that we have. So we need to start thinking about, it's not only about, let's get business in and, let's make money. No, it's about providing a way for people to walk and, nice and clean sidewalks.
Yeah, I had an idea, and I got this idea actually from another village I was reading about. I can shovel my own area, I don't have a problem doing it, but there are people who are elderly or financially or strapped to pay somebody, whatever. Some towns set up a system where it's a volunteer, they have what it's called, a snow helper program, where let's say people who need help shoveling their sidewalks are matching people who are willing to help. Because you can have someone on one end of the village that's saying, hey, you know what, I have time in the morning before I go to work to help shovel somebody's sidewalk. And then maybe someone who really could use the help, either can't afford or just can't do it themselves because it's very strenuous. If there was some kind of a thing set up where you get a list of people who need help versus someone who really needs help.
Yeah.
Versus people who are saying, I don't mind giving an hour and I can help shovel them out.
Yeah.
That would be a wonderful thing.
That makes sense, yes. We can do something like that, absolutely,
I don't
Natalie.
know how many you set up or just put out into the or blast it out. Are you going to be a snow helper or can you? Doesn't mean you have to, but at least maybe there's a chance, because it really could help people that really just cannot do it themselves. We want people getting sick from shoveling.
And we're getting older now.
Right.
We're not getting
I'm saying,
any younger.
I understand, but there are people maybe who really can't, or maybe it would be, even if a matchup, that would be wonderful.
Yes.
I think it's worth it.
We can put it out there, man,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And thank you for mentioning that because I'm sorry, I forgot. I was talking to Harold Doolittle's, and he was throwing some ideas for Christmas, for holidays. And he was asking, Sam, why don't we do like a Christmas tree? And I like to put some people together and maybe go out there and decorate um, areas here in Main Street. So one of the things that he mentioned was to put a Christmas tree right by where the gallery is. They have that like nice garden, like landscape, put it in there. Like I think he said either a 20-footer, fake, obviously, Chris tree.
We're in 53.
1053, the
Right,
gallery down the street.
Oh.
So he's not requesting money or anything from the village. He was asking if we would be okay with them doing this. And I said, Harold, that would be great. I have to run it by the board, but I think that would be great because if we could do that, we were planning to do that at the entrance of the village. But, it's just the aesthetics and how will you install it when we have those winters that are really windy, how we will anchor it down. And so a lot of things that will, play a role for us doing something like that. And then if it falls down, who's gonna go pick it up? So this will be right here. There is volunteers that he already has in hand. They're gonna be doing this. Give me 1 second, Melanie. And then at the same time, I said, Carol, once you do that, think about the other properties. We have the gazebo, we have the theater, we have the museum, we have the library. So he says, sure, why not? We're gonna have the money and we're gonna have the volunteers. So would you guys be okay with that? And I'm sorry I didn't send in an email because we talked about it yesterday. And it's been really, and I didn't get a chance to let you guys know what's going on, but would you guys have any problem with that? That sounds good. Good, so we're gonna let Harold know that's okay. Yes,
And
madam.
I just wanted to say that, holiday time, Christmas, Hanukkah, Rob Alderson, he spearheads a volunteer morning, I usually help him with the people to set up the gazebo with the lights and the Christmas tree and the menorah and whatever. I mean, I can talk to him, tell me because I know always more people.
Yeah,
It
you
takes time to set the lights
Good,
up, so.
good.
I mean, it's just even, when I speak to Rob, I think about it.
Yeah.
It's just that
Great,
we
great.
really need people to help.
And again, it's, I'm sorry to say it again, for those that don't like to hear this, but I don't understand why the idea of all I mean, we all can think different. We all can, we all are different minds. That doesn't mean that we have to become enemies. Think different, still be friends. I don't agree. Respect. Why do we even fighting it? The holiday should be, everybody should be getting along year round. We all have problems. We all have different ways of thinking. So, but again, respect is what creates peace. Thanksgiving coming up. I wanted to run this by you guys. And again, it's another thing that if we could do this together, that would be great. Put in like a box or a brown bag for a Thanksgiving meal, Thanksgiving dinner. We're not gonna keep it cooked, but when I say Thanksgiving meal, dinner will be buying the turkey and all the condiments that go along with that dinner. The gravy, cranberry, stuffing, and put it in a box or in a bag and give it to the less fortunate people. I sent a text this morning to Harold because I said, we can, since we're talking about holidays, this will be great if businesses, not private individuals, but if you want, you are more than welcome. If businesses get together and says, you know, I'm gonna donate, we're gonna do 30 or 40 dinners for the less fortunate. And it's gonna cost, I don't know, $1,400, right? And we have in the Village of Fleischmann's, when I see all these things, all the businesses that we have, I see like probably 30 or 40 in Fleischmann's, and I always scratch my head and I can't find them. But this morning I came with, I believe it was like 10. And I'm thinking about Shadowcrest, Airbnb, River Run, Bed and Breakfast, Arts Inn, combination of bed and breakfast and Airbnb, Fleischmann Supermarket, La Cabaña Mexican Restaurant, Tinderbox, Doolittle's, the Print House, Sam's Country Store, and whoever else I'm missing, you know, and the Village of Fleischmann's will contribute also. If we can all say, look, we're gonna do this, it's gonna cost this much. So Sam's Country Store is gonna donate, I don't know, $100, $150, whatever it is. The Village of Fleischmann's is gonna be $100, $150. We will promote this and make sure that the people that, again, it's not as fortunate as many of us, you know, they come and they get the box, the bag, they get either at Sam's Country Store or Doolittle's or Fleischmann Supermarket, whatever we get to agree on at the point for the village, whenever we are open, because that will be before Thanksgiving. So we will be open before Thanksgiving. But this is just an idea. It has never happened before. And I think that if we start looking into people, and again, the ones that need a little bit of help, if we can all get together, that would be a really nice thing for the holidays. What do you guys think? Again,
You're talking about the businesses getting together?
And businesses
the
donate.
village also being
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I think it's a list of people that need help.
We will put it out in Facebook, Natalie. And obviously the people that is in need will, you know, I did that probably about, Sam's Country Store did about probably seven years ago. And, you know, it was from 4 or 5 days before the holidays. So we put bags and it was like 7 families that came around and got there. So, and that was the first time and the last time I did it. And again, it's just been time consuming that you know, you start in January and then before you know it, it's December already. And where did the time go? And you don't have time to make happen all the things that you wanted to make happen. So I think this will be a really nice touch and help. And again, in the case of business of Sam's Country Store, I know even $200 is not going to break me. I'm not going to go bankrupt for $200. So, Mr. Todd.
I have several things I want to comment on. First of all,
Sorry.
Fleischmann's has nothing to be ashamed of with the appearance of this village. If you go through any town around here, there are buildings in every one that need to be repaired and work done and so forth. But we can hold our head high because this village is looking better than it has in years. Secondly, visitors come to Fleischmann's and still in the main weddings, and people come from different states to attend the weddings. We know here at the library because they come, they're looking at the different towns, they compliment the architecture of the building, and they enjoy the village very much. So compliments are coming from people that have never been here before, and probably never will be again. So that's nothing really to be ashamed of. There's ongoing issues. They'll be resolved sooner or later. But right now, this moment, we're looking good.
Thank you, Mr. Todd.
Secondly, I suppose the DEP, New York City DEP or the state has a better idea, but while the water is so low, gravel relocation could be done very easily without disturbing too much of the stream, because there isn't very much of it there. But anyway, whatever, maybe it'd be considered, along with the removal of the trees, is a relocation of the gravel.
Yeah, thank you.
Is the
Also-
gravel in the water?
Also, excuse me,
Is the gravel in the water?
there are areas where the gravel is in the middle of the stream, is level with the ball field, and other areas like that in the village. Secondly, you have a hell of a volume coming out of pocket of water during a heavy rain.
Sorry.
And a very narrow area for it to escape the village on Depot Street.
Yes.
It's harder to do than the trees. Trees are easier to do because you can put straps on them and pull them out.
Yes.
You can't actually touch the water. Sam said you can't get oil in the water.
Mhm.
You also can't touch it. And in trees, you can do that. You can grab them.
And drag them.
and-
So maybe when we drag them, we'll move the
Has anyone questioned that?
unintentionally.
Has anyone questioned the ability to do that? Because when there's a flood and all the damage has been done and everything's been washed down into the reservoir, then they say, well, go ahead and clean it out.
Mhm.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
But-
But, my
Yeah,
feeling is the greater amount of water held within the banks of the stream is a lesser amount of water above that,
that's correct.
whatever.
That's correct.
Also, I want to say that Halloween, the trick or treat program in Fleischman's was a total success as far as I'm concerned. And there were many, many children and their parents up and down the street, the decorative bags with the lights in them and so forth, nice touch. And the feedback that we got here, we had 30 children come through the door and half that number an adults. And they were all very pleased with what was happening here, and I've never seen that much enthusiasm or activity in the village of Fleischman's for Halloween. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that was great. It was great. It was, like you said, it was different,
Yes.
completely different. I'm very pleased with everything that is going on. I said it one time when I first became mayor, I'm gonna concentrate on being positive and moving forward and getting things done. I don't have time to be dealing with negativity and all these, attacks. I don't have time for that. We have a lot of work to do and we're gonna do it, like I said, for the generations to come, for all the children that are coming. We have, you mentioned the, Fleischman's, we have swimming pool, we have a tennis court, we have a playground, soccer field, baseball field. We have a beautiful, beautiful, unused concession stand that combined, it was almost $500,000. So we have everything. I mean, we have everything. And then if we could, when this thing happened, if we could get that basketball court, instead of having the small, half court that we used to have, we'll have a full court, which is 60 by 104, the length. And just so that everybody knows, and let's make this clear, the village is not paying for this. It was never my intention for the taxpayers' money to be going into this project. Never, never, ever. And I know there's been rumors that, oh, he's gonna use this money to, he's gonna use taxpayers' money to use, no, sir. No. We were looking into this. When I met with the Delaware County Planning, we went around and around, and I said, Kent, I don't know where, but we need to have a basketball court. We need to. So we went around again with an engineer, and then we're right next to the tennis court, And he's looking at it, the engineer is looking at it, the architect, I'm sorry, architect. And he says, well, Sam, what about here? Right next to the tennis court. And I said, wait a minute, but you guys, isn't it this floating and the flooding and the flood zone and all this nonsense that we cannot do anything? Yes, you are. But the company that is gonna come is gonna meet all the county specifications, flooding, and everything that we're gonna require, they will. So the material they're gonna use is gonna be flooding approved, let's say. That wasn't the exact wording, but I said, well, look, I have the county, I have an architect, both of them are telling me that it can be done right here. That's it. So then we went ahead and started looking for companies to start working on it, doing quotes on this. And the company that came in, it took about 5 months for them to come. When they came in and for them to do all the study and provide it, all the details, how everything was gonna be done. So just a quick FYI, the village will not pay for it, taxpayers will not pay for it. If I cannot get a grant money, if I cannot get the Mark project to come in and say, Sam, here's money. You know, I'm sorry, I will not do it. I refuse in any way to waste taxpayers' money, lawsuits, things that we don't need. No, we're gonna utilize the taxpayers' money like if it was our own money. Be careful with it. And again, so that was it, and I'm sorry, I told you it was gonna be quick and easy, and it's already an hour, 15 minutes, and I didn't mean it. So if anybody has any other questions? So, all right, with that being said, we're gonna make a motion to audit vouchers. Oh, I'm sorry, the next meeting is gonna be Monday, December 9th. That's not a holiday?
No.
We're
Not
good?
that I know
Oh, okay, so the 9th is the next meeting. And we're gonna do motion to audit the vouchers. Sure, let's pay the bills.
Motion to audit the vouchers.
And second,
Stuart first, Jasmine seconds. Motion to adjourn the meeting.
To adjourn.
A second.
we're done.
Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Aaron.
Oh, yeah, he's been on for a while.
Aaron, I'm sorry, Aaron, but for whatever reason, the thing doesn't work. We can hear you, but you cannot hear us.
No, he can hear us,
Oh, you
but
can
he's
hear us, but we
muted.
cannot hear you.
I showed up.
Okay.
Yeah, look at what they did.
Let's check it. Check it out.
Hold on one second.
Okay, Aaron, I'm gonna shut it off. Have a good week.
Aaron, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you.